Something interesting is happening right now in mobile gaming. After years of waiting, delays, and multiple beta tests, the Division Resurgence Mobile is finally getting ready for its official release. But the story behind this game is actually very strange, because this game was first announced all the way back in 2021. And at that time, players were extremely excited. A full open-world looter-shooter from Ubisoft coming to mobile devices. It sounded almost too good to be true. Then the first expected release window appeared. Players were waiting. The hype was growing. Everyone wanted to see how the game would actually perform on mobile devices. But then something happened. The release got delayed. And not just once. The release window slowly moved further and further away until it finally reached 2024. Since then, players kept hearing the same words again and again. Testing phase. Closed beta. Another test. Another waiting period. For a mobile game, that is a very long development cycle. And here is the reality of the mobile gaming market. Hype does not last forever. Most mobile games only keep strong hype for about 6 to 12 months. After that, players start moving toward the next new game. Attention shifts quickly. So when a game is announced almost 4 years before release, it is very easy for players to slowly forget about it. And honestly, that is exactly what started happening with this game. But delays are not always a bad thing. Sometimes developers need more time to polish the game, improve the systems, and fix performance issues. And if that extra time results in a smooth and optimized experience, then the wait is actually worth it. Because nobody wants another situation like Warzone Mobile. Many players were excited for that game, but when it finally launched, optimization problems ruined the experience for a lot of people. Performance issues, device compatibility problems, and unstable gameplay. And today, almost every mobile gamer understands one thing: optimization is everything. If a game looks amazing but runs poorly, players will leave very quickly. That is why many people are hoping that the Division Resurgence Mobile launches with strong optimization, especially for mid-range devices. Now let's talk about something many players are curious about: the system requirements and the game size. From the available information, the mobile version of the game was built using Unreal Engine 4. However, there is also a possibility that Ubisoft modified the engine slightly, because the PC and console versions of the Division use Ubisoft's own Snowdrop engine. But if the mobile version is based on Unreal Engine 4, there is some good news. Devices with Snapdragon 700 series processors should be able to run the game at least on low graphics settings. And if you are using a device with a Snapdragon 7 series or Snapdragon 8 series processor, then performance should be much smoother. A good example here is Delta Force. That game also uses the same engine, and many players noticed that it launched with surprisingly strong optimization. That is exactly the kind of performance players are hoping to see with Division Resurgence as well. Now let's talk about storage space. During the beta test that I personally played, the total game size was around 10 GB. However, when the full global version launches, the size will most likely increase, because this is not a small multiplayer shooter. The Division Resurgence is a large open-world story-driven game. The world is filled with missions, locations, textures, and additional content. Because of that, the final size could easily reach somewhere between 20 to 25 GB. Yes, that sounds big. But for a large mobile game in 2026, that amount of storage is actually very reasonable. So having at least 25 GB of free space on your device would be a smart idea. The last beta test happened about 5 months ago. And if you missed that test, do not worry too much. The official release is getting closer, and players will finally be able to experience the full game very soon. But here is something interesting that I noticed. Many mobile gamers still do not fully understand what the Division Resurgence actually is. And honestly, that is not surprising. For many years, mobile gaming has mostly been dominated by the same types of games. Titles like PUBG, Free Fire, and Call of Duty Mobile shaped how players expect mobile shooters to work. Fast matches, quick action, instant rewards, simple run-and-gun gameplay. And to be clear, those games are still extremely fun. But a problem appears when players stop trying different types of games. Because the Division Resurgence is not just another simple shooter. It is something very different. This game is a massive open-world looter shooter with RPG systems, story missions, character progression, and cooperative gameplay that you can enjoy with friends. Because of that, this is not the type of game you fully understand within 30 seconds. There are systems, mechanics, progression features, and world elements that require a proper explanation. If someone jumps into the game expecting a simple run-and-gun experience, they might immediately feel confused. And when players do not understand how a game works, they sometimes assume the game itself is bad. But the truth is usually very different. They simply did not understand the game yet. That is exactly why I will be making another video very soon. In that video, I will explain everything in detail. We will talk about the gameplay systems, the combat mechanics, the progression system, the open world design, and what truly makes this game different from other mobile shooters. So when you finally start playing the game, you will actually understand what you are doing and how the systems work. But before that video arrives, I want to ask you for a small favor. If you enjoyed this video or found it helpful, make sure to leave a like. It really helps the video reach more players who are also waiting for this game. And if you want to see the full detailed breakdown video, make sure you subscribe so you do not miss it. Mobile gaming in 2026 is already looking very exciting. Many new titles are arriving, and the industry is slowly expanding beyond just battle royale games. But now I want to hear your opinion. Are you excited about the Division Resurgence Mobile? And what do you think about the graphics, gameplay mechanics and animations that we have seen so far? Let me know your thoughts in the comments because your opinion matters the most. Thank you for watching. This is Solo Pro, signing out.